Hello, lovely human beings. It's Lauretta with Sparrowhawker Designs. Welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, so being sick completely waylaid me. I'm so behind on everything. So this is my summer block for the birdsong book that I'm making and that many of you are joining in. This is summer. So this was spring. And you don't have to do your blocks like I'm doing mine. You can do anything you want. But the prompt on this one was a bird in a nest. So on this one, I wanted a bird on a twig, and then I was going to add a flower. Well, no matter where I put that gosh darn flower, it just did not make me happy. So I just went all out and just did all kinds of flowers. So I thought, this is a bird sitting in a tree overlooking a Victorian garden. So that's my estimate on what it is. So anyway, I did a little metal I don't know what, it's kind of like a washer. I don't really know what you call it. It's like a spacer for beading. And then I put a bead in there for the eye. And there's the wing. Just did some stitching around the outside and for the beak. This is a piece of rickrack. I could not find actual brown rickrack, and I thought that's okay. I'll just use, not all twigs are brown. So I used this gold rickrack, and I just wove some brown eyelash trim in between there. I used some crochet flowers, and then I also just did some stitched flowers. Just did like some little stitching there. I did some turkey work inside of a tatted flower. Did some turkey work here as well. And then just some French knots in there. There's some stitching in here. Any chance I got to, like, there's some French knots in here. Any chance that I got to, like, enhance what was already there, that's what I did. So I did some French knots in here, and I did bullion knot in there. The rest of the stitching throughout is just like a burrow stitch and a feather stitch. And of course you can't see it. Here's some burrow stitch. This is a blanket stitch going along in there. And I added this ruffle that I made on the bottom. So that's the whole point of layers and collage work, is that eventually you get to the point where you don't really see the foundation stitches that you put down. So that's kind of the point of that kind of stitching. You can do whatever kind of stitching you want. So like I said, this was spring. Spring's block is a little bit bigger because the inside pages of your book have to be a little bit smaller so that when you close your book, it'll close. Anyway, so yeah, so next up is autumn, spring, summer, autumn. And I haven't really decided what I'm going to do for the prompts, other than I'm going to do, obviously, autumn colors. But anyway, so some of you had asked about, oh, and if you want, go over and join on Facebook. It's called Sparrowhawker Design Stitching. You can post any stitching you want on that page. It does not have to be the birdsong stitching. And please remember to answer the questions when you ask to join, because that's how I determine whether or not you're a robot. If you don't answer those questions, then unless I just happen to know you or something like that, then it's hard for me to determine whether or not you're a human being. So please make sure. I know, like, that's actually a problem in this century. Can you believe that? I need to know if you're a real human being. Anyway, so make sure you answer those questions. That would be great. So here's the cover of the book. So somebody also had asked how I attached the cover. as you can see, I attached it with my embroidery stitches. I didn't glue it. I didn't, you know, I think I basted it on first and then did all the embroidery stitches and then took the basting stitches out. So that's how I did that. And I cut this piece a little bit bigger than I did the batting so that you could just then wrap it around. And you do not have to turn it under or do a, what do they call that? A bias, what do they call that? I should know this, I'm a quilter, but my mind is blank. If you don't want to, because my idea is that this is going to cover, see, that will cover any of those raw stitches. And how I'm going to get this on here, you can glue it if you want, like with Aleene's Tacky Glue, with the fabric glue. I am probably just going to do maybe a whip stitch around the edge or a tacking stitch in places that you won't be able to see it. And I will just catch the batting. I won't go all the way through to the edge, you know, through to the cover. Yeah, so, and then, oh my goodness, and then the batting for the pages on the inside is cut a little bit smaller, and I will do the same thing with this. I will, however I'm going to attach it, I haven't decided yet, I will do that with this, and then that way when your book closes it will be big enough. I'll probably have some things hanging over, like some fringes, and I think I'm going to put like a fringe at the bottom maybe. I might even put a piece of lace here, so that will also help any excess that you have hanging over. So I hope that explains it a little bit better. Yeah, so do I have, don't know if I have a ruler or a measuring tape. Somebody wanted to know what the size of this was. I think I put it on the Sparrowhawker Designs Stitching Facebook. There is like a PDF that you can download that tells you like what sizes everything is that I used. So anyway, okay guys, I'm so excited. This is so pretty. And for the cover, you can use whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. This isn't a real strict, like, you have to do what I say. This is just, you know, fun. Anyway, so that's my summer. The other thing I'm working on right now, of course, I'm behind on everything, like I said, because I was sick. I'm doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I think I'm doing May's page. I should be done with that, like, in the next day or two. And I will come on with a video for that. I am working on a journal that I absolutely love. I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn loose of it. Hopefully, I'll have that up in the next week or two. And I think that's it. And then I'll be working on Autumn's page for this. I know that, you know, there's no time limit on this. You don't have to have this done by any certain time. These videos will be up forever. I know that a lot of people are working on Rachel's project, the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and I don't want to interfere with that. And I do know that she is going to do a project starting in July through December, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 12 Days of Christmas. It's going to be Christmas themed. Oh, which, by the way, so my next page here is going to be fall, and then I'm doing 2 pages of winter. I'm going to probably do winter and blues. However, I did have somebody say that they were probably going to do Christmas instead of blue winter. So feel free to do that as you want. I think that's, if you want, I think that's a great idea. So anyway, I think that's everything. Oh, I had also been asked to do some Christmas slow stitch kits because I did them 2 years ago. Last year I did Halloween. I do still, I think I have a few Halloween up in the shop still. So I did go ahead and put some Christmas ones up. A few have already sold, and I figured if Roxy Creations is going to do 12 Days of Christmas theme, then this is perfect timing to put my Christmas kits up. I wasn't going to put them up until August, but I thought, I'll go ahead and do it now since she's getting ready to start that. So I think that's it. And I probably will go ahead and do the 12 Days of Christmas as well. But anyway, so yeah, so these are my little birdies. I love them. Okay, guys. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having lots of creative time. I hope the summer is good to you. And like I said, I should be on with my next page in Roxy's journal and with a actual paper journal that I'm making. And I have a fabric book planned that I've been trying to get to for 6 months. So hopefully I will get to do that as well. Anyway, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.